let me fix that angle here. So, Stan the Rhino Efferding appreciation video, take 2. First take was 15.5 minutes long. It was one take. That was the only take I did, and it was fucking awesome. But I didn't notice, wearing my shades, that the light was reflecting, and I took it home and it looked like a 70s progressive rock video clip or something. It was too spacey. I got pissed, walked out of the house, and here I am doing it again. Hopefully I will compress it a little bit so it's not as long. I mean, 15 minutes long is a long time. But anyway, Stan the Rhino Efferding, I first learned about him about 10 years ago when he did that exhibition contest with at Mark Bell's gym, if I remember well, or the Olympia. When was it? When he did World's Strongest Pro Bodybuilder. It was, yeah, that was a super training, and this is when I first heard about him. I saw his numbers, saw his physique, and then I started reading about him, his bio, the cooler, of course. And then, after he started doing he opened his own channel, started talking those 10 talks, 10-minute walks that he was doing. And then I reached out to him in 2016, early 16, after I had herniated my disc, and I at the same time had torn my left adductor. That was a bad time for me. I was struggling to box squat 1 plate. That was 1 to 2 plates, so that was really hard for me at the time. Eventually I moved up again, but this is one of the reasons why I approached him via Messenger. I didn't have Instagram yet, and I said, my name's Terry, I'm a Greek training and living in Iceland. I train in Magnus's gym, Jakabol. I'm an aspiring powerlifter. Maybe one day I'll be stronger, better, whatever. I look up to you, and I love your material, and you're an inspiration to me. It just happens that he truly is a good dude too. And he actually responded. I didn't expect him to. He's like, thank you so much, I appreciate the support, keep grinding, whatever it was, and then I thought, don't be too freaky with him, don't be like, oh my god, blah blah blah. And I said, hey, I didn't expect you to respond, I do appreciate it, and be well. I'll just so I didn't bother him too much. I didn't bug him for too long. I think we kept contact after that like twice per year. Hey, what's up? And I love your videos. How is life? And I see he moved up. He did very, very well for himself. And so we fast forward to end of 2017, where I accidentally asked him. Because Hafthor Bjornsson at the time had branched out from Jakabol gym, and he had opened his own gym. I believe that was after the summer of 16. I believe, I can't really remember, but that was around that time where he moved into his own gym, and then a lot of people, the Giants Live was happening, so we had 2 fronts basically. It was Magnus for Magnusson, being super popular, 4 times World's Strongest Man. I think it was twice that he was second. So the dude was, super elite, super popular. He put Iceland on the map along with, the great Jon Páll Sigmarsson. And then it was Hafthor who branched out. So, people were coming to visit. We had a lot of people visiting Jakabol. I got to meet a lot of, great athletes. Of course, we had Giants Live happening. It was all these guys coming to Iceland. So I said, so when are you coming to Iceland? When am I gonna, meet you in person? And he said, actually, I'll be there January of 18. I'll be there. It was like December of November. So he said, I'll be there next month. After I pissed myself a little bit from joy, I thought, fuck, I definitely, first of all, the fact that he told me means that, he would probably be, most likely he'd be cool to meet me. And so I hit up my friend and training partner at the time, Artne, who's also a big fan of the guy. And I said, dude, fucking Efferding, and he's coming. He'll be here like a month or 40 days or whatever. He's like, shit. And then we scheduled to meet him. I arranged it through Stefan Solvi Peterson and him. Stefan Solvi was, you know, we were super cool with the guys that branched out. Always friendly, it doesn't matter, you know, it's the strength game. So I asked him, bro, you know, I've known him since 2011 now. It's been almost 10 years. And I said, dude, do you mind if we pop by and say hi to Stan? He's like, absolutely, dude. He said, but don't quote me on his schedule. He's like, you should talk to him, because he's tagging along with Thor. You know, he was his nutritionist at the time, and they were training. You know, they did a few videos, and he's like, you should talk to Stan about it. And I'm cool. You know, you can guys just show up whenever he tells you to, whenever he has the time to see you. So we show up. I think it was a Saturday. I can't remember, or a Monday. I honestly don't remember. And Hafraf was very warm and very friendly. And, you know, it was, hey, what's up, dude? And then he's like, hey, there's our boy. He was waiting for us. Super polite, very humble, funny guy, pleasant. He did remember a few things that I told him. I said, because I said my partner at the time, my training partner at the time, Artne, was moving out of the country to live on abroad. You can actually find him on Instagram under PT Icelander. He's very good lifter. He did very well in competition in powerlifting, and he competed in the Iceland Strongest Man as well a few times. I can't remember how many times, but he was a strong dude. Anyway, so my friend Artne was like, you know, we were super happy, and he remembered, and he said in front of us, in our presence, as soon as we shook hands, like, dude, it's so nice to meet you finally and stuff. And he says, so how do you feel that your best friend here is leaving? And I thought that's nice, because he didn't need to say that. He didn't need to start a conversation. I mean, we had material for 6 hours to speak about, you know, to converse. And he did remember. And now that shows that there's somebody who is, you know, besides the fact that it's an absolutely pro thing to do, like you're showing that you're paying attention to that person. He was paying attention to us. So he was, you know, very friendly, nice. He listens to you. You know, you talk to him. He's not like, yeah, bye. You know, you want your picture? Goodbye. He was very friendly, and he's like, we did speak for like 30 or 40 minutes, because they were gonna start. He put their elbow sleeves on. They were doing a log session, the log press. So Hafthor indeed led us to, you know, give us some time there, and I do appreciate it. We appreciate it still today, and it was a fantastic experience. Fast forward to this last April, I think, when I actually started my YouTube channel. I started uploading lifts. I'm gonna be quick about it because there's a lot of videos in there, but I can't remember, honestly, 80 videos or maybe less. I can't remember really, but more than half of those videos were my best lifts from, you know, like 2015, 16, 17, a few older clips of me like squatting from 2012 and 13, where I was much thinner. I was 250, around that, 240, 45, but I was quite healthy. And most of these videos were like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, you know, 1 minute if we're lucky. The longest video I did during the quarantine was about 2 or 2.5 minutes with natural stones, and it was, you know, I was not prepared. It was so you know, so raw. I thought, yeah, let's go film, and whatever happens. It was so windy. Seriously, I was wearing a light jacket with a hoodie, if I remember well, and I would pick up the stone, and it would literally force me backwards, because it was, you know, wider surface. And if you can probably see in the video, although it's mostly a flat surface, I would take a few steps back, thinking, shit, I'm gonna fall backwards, and this thing's gonna land on me. And they were heavy as fuck too. They were not, you know, I've picked up a lot of heavy objects in my 12 years. I'm practically obsessed with lifting heavy objects, and I can guarantee these stones were probably the ones I was not able to put over my shoulder. They were definitely, you know, 200 pounds, 180. So anyway, I trailed off a little bit. So that was the longest video at the time, around April, early May. And then I'm talking to my friend Artne again, and I'm telling him, dude, you know, I really want to get this YouTube thing started. And finally, you know, it took me a while to realize. And then he's like, I'm like, what should I do? And he says to me, you should arrange an interview with Efferding. Like, you know, put him on video and talk to him. I'm sure he would be very happy to help. And he said, you should also call him. I mean, that was his idea. It's straight up. Like, I'm giving him 100% credit for that. And I'm like, no, he would never, he's not gonna bother with me, dude. I can't imagine how many people bug him or how many people he's training, which is definitely a lot more than I am training. Like, he's definitely twice as busy as I am, even today. And he's like, dude, you should, just text him. Say, hey, man, you mind if I call you? Mind if we chat a little bit on Messenger? So I said, oh, fuck it, I'll do it. So I text him and I'm like, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? I'm trying to develop my YouTube channel, and I could use some guidance, because the dude is very successful. He's everything he's done very well in business and in lifting and bodybuilding and all the other stuff he's done. And he's like, sure, absolutely. And I didn't expect that. I definitely didn't expect that. So he calls me. We arranged the date like a few days later, and he calls me as I'm shaving my head. I just happened to have my phone next to me. I was waiting for his call, but I didn't expect the call at that moment. And I actually said, hey, do you mind if I call you like 10 minutes? Because I was in the tub. I said, I'm not very comfortable to speak right now. Do you mind? So I needed to get my headset as well, my hands free. And so he's like, absolutely, no problem. You call me back. As soon as I hang up, I'm like, fuck, did I just miss my chance to finally talk, to chat with Stan Efferding? But he was, of course, he was cool enough. He answered. It took me like 7 minutes to shave the whole thing. I was record time, and I call him, super friendly. And I remember him because because this is turning out to be pretty long again. He said these exact words: "You gotta do it, brother." I know it kind of sounds like Hulk Hogan, but that's exactly what he said when I said to him that I'm too shy to put my face out there. I'm too shy to talk about periodization. And he said to me, because we have discussed that what I know and what my qualifications are. I got out several, like online degrees. I also got the Westside Barbell diploma, which is, very, very important to me. And it opened my eyes when it comes to periodization. How many different templates you can create with that stuff. And he's like, dude, this is his exact words. He's like, you're strong enough. You're not beginner strength. You got good strength compared to worldwide, to the world levels. Enough to teach form, to discuss different forms, and you're clever enough to discuss, linear, Bulgarian systems, the things that Louis took from the Bulgarians and the Russians at the time, back in the day. And he's like, you're able. I told him, I said, I'm able to program different ways. Even I intertwine conjugate with linear, for my squats, and depending on the week or how I feel. So he's like, you should definitely start talking about that stuff. You have to do it. And I was like, oh fuck, I'm too shy. There's no way. It's like, if you want to get this rolling, create your own brand, you have to do it. So it was him that motivated me. And this is my Stan Efferding appreciation video. The dude is a great dude. He's just a great guy. I've learned a ton from him, a ton. Like all the stuff like the Mark Bell podcasts, all the shit he's talking about. It's always like, damn, he's right. Besides the fact that he is, very correct about the things that he talks about, it's the wealth of knowledge. That dude is a treasure, like straight up. And so in this video, I want to thank my friend Artni, who pushed me to do it, and I definitely want to thank Stan, because it's because of these two guys that this channel is starting to take its recent shape. It used to be like just my heavy singles, and then I started doing all these videos that I had in mind, and I still got a ton of material in mind, to always keep it fresh and interesting. But it's thanks to these two guys. So that's what the channel is headed. That's the direction it's gonna be. I'm gonna be breaking down form, and of course training video logs. It's a vlog mostly. I'm trying to upgrade the production, maybe get a mic eventually. Camera is good enough, I guess, but I'm learning as I go. And Stan, you're an awesome dude. Maybe one day we'll get to meet each other again. I actually told him, I said I'm gonna make a appreciation video, and he was cool about it. So I hope he sees that. If he doesn't, I'm gonna force it upon him. I'm gonna send him the link. So check the links in the description, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and thanks for watching.